All right, guys and ladies, good morning and welcome to this morning's live stream. So it looks like the latest news would be about Microsoft's new Copilot or Copilot recall feature, I believe it's called. The latest controversy from Microsoft, don't know if it's intentional or unintentional. It is a new feature that automatically takes snapshots, screenshots of your desktop activities. And I guess the purpose of this is kind of like a system restore. If you forgot something, what you did, you can go back to the previous photos, I guess, or activities to find a solution to whatever your current problem is using Windows 11. Now, I know that the joke is, well, the problem is that you're using Windows 11. Haha. I get it. Not a single operating system is for everyone. I totally get it, and it's okay to make fun because I make fun of everything anyway. So, what are your choices? Well, you do have choices, and for this live stream, I'm using Linux Mint. So I'm going to show you my desktop here in a moment. Now, from what I understand, the recall feature, hang on while I have a sip of coffee first. All right, so from what I understand, the recall feature, if I read correctly, can be disabled, turned off, fine-tuned. I don't know if it can be uninstalled, removed from Windows 11. Probably someone will come out with a workaround or a crack to remove that recall feature. It usually happens that way. So from what I read, the restall or the recall feature can be turned off, so it doesn't take snapshots, screenshots of random anything, unless of course you turn it on or manually use the screenshot tool, which I occasionally use in Linux. Sometimes I'll use it in Windows 11, but with my choice, the way I want to use it. So, if you're scared about all this and you just don't really need Windows 11, there are choices. Now, if you don't have time, I don't know, you're a nurse, doctor, you're on the road with what you do, school teacher, you don't have time to install anything, tinker, use the terminal, then your first choice alternative should be a Chromebook. Highly secure, maintenance free, there's none to fix. So that should be your first choice. If you do have time, free time to install and tinker and whatnot, then I recommend either ZORIN OS or what I will show you now is Linux Mint. By the way, if you hear the background music, that's from my dad. Hi, Dad. So, if you have time, then ZORIN OS or Linux Mint, and we're going to take a look at Linux Mint right now. So let me go ahead and transition here and show you my desktop. Make sure we're good here on my screen first of all. Okay, so this looks good here. Alright, so those of you watching this podcast, I've now transitioned and I'm using OBS Studio to do all this. Of course, OBS Studio, you can install this also in Windows. And I do need to get some more coffee. Alright, let's go ahead and minimize this. So this is my desktop here with Linux Mint. My own photograph I just did online. Anyway, Linux Mint, probably one of the most, well, first of all, they've been around since 2008, 2009. Any Linux operating system that has survived that long must be doing something right. I've always liked the Mate desktop, or Mate, M-A-T-E, for its simplicity. It's just one of the easier ones for Windows users. And here on my desktop, it's rather simple. I move the panel from the bottom to the top. And the way to do this is to click Properties, Orientation. Again, pretty simple. I added the weather shortcut, or these are called applets, the weather applet. Let's take a look at the weather. Let's see, mostly sunny, in the high in the lower 80s. I'll take that for today because I have to cut the grass. Now, time and date, volume, music player integration here, pause, right click, play. Again, pretty simple, basic stuff here. Updates, if you click the shield there, just about all up to date except for one more update. I will do that later. Again, right click on the screen and similar to what you would do in Windows and change the background. These are my open windows here, live streaming, my dad's music, and OBS Studio. Some shortcuts here to the left, a few desktop icons, not too much. This is a screenshot of my son's car that was vandalized twice, and if I catch the guy who did it, I will, well, never mind, I can't say that here. Just kidding, but I am pissed off about that. Let's move on. Some folders here that you can also do this in Windows. So why do I like Linux Mint for Windows users? Well, I love the Mate menu or the Mint menu or whatever that you want to call it. All right. You can toggle back and forth. Applications, favorites, applications, favorites. I think you get a picture here. There's even a search tab here. Now, this is categorized. Accessories. Now, maybe you've seen this before, maybe not. You probably don't need all of the software that I have in this, but just to give you an idea of what I have installed, I have something here called Reco, R-E-C-O, a recording app. Graphics. This is probably something that you may never use. Internet, lots of choices when it comes to web browsers. We have Brave, Chromium, Firefox, Google, Opera. Obviously, you don't need all of these web browsers. There are many more to choose from. If you're going to install Linux, definitely have Google Chrome installed first. It's probably going to give you the least amount of issues. And perhaps maybe Brave would be your second choice. Again, this is entirely up to you. Office, the LibreOffice suite is installed by default. Sound and video, again, because of what I do, I have other things installed such as Audacity. Oh, a camera app here, Lollipop. I probably don't need this, so this I can right click and uninstall, which I think I'll do this right now. Play and organize music. Let me do that. Again, pretty basic here. Again, to be removed. Continue and removing the Lollipop music player. I forget I had that one, but that's how easy it is. All right, system tools. BleachBit is probably something you may not use. Cairo Dock for eye candy. I guess I can show you that real quick. There's a dock here. It looks cool, but again, it's not necessary to install this. So let's go back. Let's see, the system monitor. Resources used, memory, and all that. I think that comes installed by default. Administration, backup tool, the software manager, install new applications. This is one way to install apps. I also use the terminal sometimes. You don't have to use the terminal, but it's good to learn. So accessories, internet, everything that is available to install on your machine. Pretty basic stuff. There's a search tab here at the top right again. Very easy. So don't be afraid to try something in Linux if you have the time. Preferences. Bluetooth manager. Displays. Change the resolution. Again, pretty basic stuff here. This is Linux Mint. I don't know how else to make this more easier for you to try. There's even a welcome screen for Linux Mint, which makes it very easier for new users taking the first steps. Welcome to your new operating system. This is something that you should definitely take a look at if you are new to all this, to get you acclimated to your new system. If you're looking for something with a little more eye candy, then I would probably take a look at ZORIN OS. Alright, so that's my quick look at Linux Mint for Windows users. I've done other videos about this that you can take a look here on the Total OS channel. Again, when it comes to Linux, there are choices. If you're not happy with Windows for whatever reason, I use Linux Mint, Windows 11, and of course the Chromebook. Alright, so let me go ahead and let me do the final. I have an update to do. Let me go ahead and click install updates on my machine here. Loading and installing. Looks like we're all good to go here. Let me take a quick look here into the live stream, see if anybody's here for this early morning as I'm doing laundry with my Linux washer. Just kidding. Is there such a thing as a Linux powered washer, dryer? I have no idea. Ben is in the house. Hello, Ben. You've been on Mint Cinnamon for a while now. Ah, okay. You still like using Arch every other day? Okay. I am not an Arch person, so yeah, tried Arch Base once. It was a disaster. So definitely not Arch for Windows users. Not gonna happen. For those of you who are using Chromebooks, take a look at the new App Mall. For Chromebooks, all your apps found in one application. Pretty cool, pretty easy to use. All right, let me exit out of the Update Manager here. Let me minimize that. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. Yeah. Well, Arch Linux, look, if you like to tinker and use bottles and bottles of Tylenol, then definitely go with Arch Linux, man. Yeah. There's something to be said for simplicity, you know, for Chromebooks, for Linux Mint and your Zorins. Yeah, it's nice. So I'm looking at the Microsoft support page here. So it says Recall is an upcoming preview experience exclusive on Copilot PCs that will help you easily find and remember things you've seen using natural language, help you provide with that photographic memory. Windows saves snapshots of your screen periodically. Search through your snapshots, apps, webs, images, blah, blah, blah. You're always in control of what's saved as a snapshot. You can disable saving snapshots. Okay, this is from the Microsoft Copilot support page. You can disable saving snapshots. This, of course, assumes if you buy a new Windows machine, you remember to disable that. If not, this will be turned on automatically. I think it should be turned off by default, and then you choose what to do with it. Or like a welcome screen, like Linux Mint. Hey, welcome to your new PC. Would you like to turn on the recall feature? This recall feature does blah, blah, blah. So I think the recall feature should be turned off by default. I'm looking at a screenshot here. Again, this is on the support page for Windows Recall. Filtering apps and websites, snapshot control. All right, so it looks like this feature can be disabled by default or turned off if you can. Then perhaps not such a big deal after all. I still say don't use it. Yeah, Ben says never use Arch for production. I'm with you. I just remembered I have to pay one of my tolls here from that toll road going up to the Pittsburgh airport. I'll do that after we're done here. Gee, it took about a month to get this in. Anyway. Alright, so Ben says, ever since the recall feature, I saw an explosion of why am I switching to Linux videos? Yeah, not predicting anything, but maybe we reach 5% by the end of the year for Linux usage, maybe? I don't know. Windows 11, putting the politics aside, is outstanding. It runs better, faster than some Linux systems. Hint, like Ubuntu. It's the other stuff that, that creates intermittent controversy. But Windows 11 as a whole, as a fresh install, is fantastic. That's why I have it installed on two 10-year-old plus machines, because it just works. So, the only Linux desktop for the masses, and we've talked about this, is a Chromebook. What constitutes a Linux desktop for the masses? Okay, well, it has to be affordable, starting at $200 up to $1,000, right? It has to be easily accessible. Not so much easy OS, but where can I find it? Well, you can find it in Walmart. And it has to be easy to use. Chromebooks are very easy to use. You just log in with your Gmail account and you're on in seconds. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to tinker with. Either it works or it doesn't work. If you buy a Chromebook and it doesn't work, you need to return it immediately. And they are, I won't say 100% secure, but pretty darn close. I've challenged anyone to tell me that your Chromebook got hit with ransomware. Nothing. I've heard nothing. There you go. Alright, StormOS Dev is here. Hello. Ben says, use what works. I agree. That's what I do. So we'll see where the if Linux usage uptick goes up any higher. I think that would be great. Will it happen? It might. It might. Okay. Got it, Ben. Okay. All right, I'll stick around for a few more minutes, see if anybody else jumps in. I'm going to wrap this up to pay my toll road bill here and finish my laundry. But I'm doing okay, man. Yeah. Had some time this morning to do what I have to do, pay some bills. Just paid the Comcast bill and stuff like that. Yeah, 2 Ben's in the chat. Yeah. Welcome to the 2 Ben live show. Why not call it? Why not invite Uncle Ben's Rice too? And Rice OS. Oh, I think my dryer just stopped. Okay, I'll stick around just a little bit more and grab my stuff out of the dryer. Anyway. Just singing to my dad's tunes, yeah. Yeah, you can rice up your system, yes. The new Rice OS. Because it's very healthy for you. Yeah, Uncle Ben's Rice desktop, uh-huh. Well, it's all themed that way. We have the cinnamon desktop. Right? It's all about food and spices, right? Anyway, enough of the jokes. All right, if there's anybody else in the chat, before I wrap this up, have a question or comment? Because I need to get to my my laundry out of the dryer. Ah. Yeah, I occasionally drink coffee in the morning. I hope it's not bad for me, but yeah. All right, my friends, the two Bens. Thank you so much for stopping in briefly this morning. Those of you who watch this later, sorry I missed you. The controversies never end, right? Linux Mint for Windows users. My top 3 list, right up there with ZORIN OS and Chromebooks. All right, you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Arrivederci.
Ora basta, se ci avete un po' di coscienza e di